So no one should barf on anybody here, but if you do, sorry, I'm gonna laugh. And if you ever feel the urge you need to vomit in class, you might as well vomit on the kid in front of you. I mean, kids in the front row going, I want to sit in the back. All right, let's do this real quick. Let's talk about, help me out. If I have, how would I graph that? How would I graph it? Yeah.
You go down to -6, you
Okay, so that's my y-intercept, so I'm going to go down.
and then you go up 3 and over 5.
And because that slope is positive, so from this point I'm going to go up 3 and over 5. And then that's all you have to do. So that's one way of graphing. That's the way of graphing when it's in slope-intercept form. Make sense? Does anyone need to see another one like this? Okay. What if we had this? This is what form? Point slope. Casey, go ahead.
Would you distribute?
Okay, I like your thinking. I think you could do that, and you could put it in y-intercept form. But if I wanted you to identify the original point that this is coming off of, what do you think? Because remember, it's this. This is the general form, right? And remember, these are both opposite of what those signs were as a point. So what would x1 transfer, which is right here, what does it transfer up there? It is, but is it positive or negative?
Negative.
Why is it negative? You're absolutely right saying that. Yeah, because this is the same thing as this. So you have to put that as a -3. What's the y component going to be? So the y is here. +6, because again it's opposite. Now you have a point, right? If you have a point, you can graph that point. So -3, +6. What else do I know off that, Casey? So slope. So what's the slope of our line up here? Over 1. So from this point, I'm going to go up 2 over 1. And that's all you do. Now, if you were to do what you had said originally, where you're going to distribute over and then like move that 6 over, your line is going to be the same. It's just you would not have identified that point necessarily. Okay, so the thing on that is I want you to kind of identify that point. That's a good thing. Okay, do we feel all right about that? Yep.
For the quiz, do we have to, like, will there be a part where we have to, like, name the type of equation it is, like, the actual name of it?
I will give you the 3 equations, and then you have to draw a line to what they're called. Does that make sense? So I have point, slope, intercept, and standard. And then you just have to draw the appropriate line. All right, last example, or one of the last examples to talk about. If I have, using this, that's called what form? Standard form. So if I had this, let's go with 20. Okay? This way is the non-math term method. What is it called? Cover method. So I'm going to cover up my y component. I get -2x equals 20. So what does x have to equal to? -10. All right, if I cover up 2x, 5y equals 20, what's y equal to? Connect the dots. Okay? Please note that I have the dots all arranged. If I have x equals 6, it's a straight line. What kind of straight line is it? Vertical. Good. Vertical. It's always kind of opposite. So you're counting in the x direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it's going up and down. And then if it is y equals a number, it is horizontal. Goes like that. Ready for the quiz? Ready? Clear your desks. You can have a calculator out, whatever you need to write with. Washing my clothing incorrectly because going put your jeans on, going, dude, it shrank. You get put some weight on if you work at a pizza joint. You know, it's like end of the night. It's like, hey, we got a pizza that get picked up. Who wants it? Oh, I'll take it. You know, it's 11:45 at night. You're putting down half a pizza. It's not the best idea, huh? You want pizza? Yeah, one of these days we'll do a field trip to CC's and have the mac and cheese pizza because that's yeah, baby. All right, so we are going to start a new concept, and it's basically finding the linear equation. Okay, so we are going to go through a few steps. So label, find slope, use point slope, okay. So, now, guys and girls, remember I said that math, the concept of math is not really something that you're going to walk out of here and in a job interview they're going to say, hey, you have 2 points, what's the linear equation? It's really the thought process of taking information given, going to a sequence of events, and then moving on. Now, here's an item that I just want to present to you. The logical thought process that takes place with math is the same type of thing that most people in more than just would you like fries with that type of job, you know, and if that's your job, you know, do the best you can with it and enjoy it and love it. But most of the time, you need to be able to think through a process of events. So if you were to say, go to the hospital, okay, they're not just going to put you in an MRI machine or a CT machine or anything like that. There's a process of events that takes place to figure out what your ailment might be, okay? And this counts anywhere from a person coming in to where your finger's going the wrong way because you're picking your nose and your friend punched you in the face. Could happen. You guys know how, do you know how they will detect a Chaparral High School graduate in the emergency room? You guys want to know how they do that? I'm gonna bust on Chaparral. So, I was at the ER one time and I recognized a student from Chaparral, and I was shadowing one of the doctors, and this kid comes in and he's like, Doc, everyth's broken on my body. And Doc says, what do you mean? And I'm standing there going, dude, what happened? And so the kid goes, well, when I touch myself here, it hurts. And then I touch myself here on my leg, it hurts. And I touch myself here, it hurts. I touch myself here, it hurts. The doctor said, you're obviously a Chaparral graduate, aren't you? He goes, yeah, how'd you know? He goes, you broke your finger. Their finger was broken, so every time they touched it, it hurts. Ow, it hurts. Oh, sorry. Oh, I shouldn't bust chops on those kids. They don't know any better. All right. So let's go through a process of events here. Capture. No, I don't want that. Jeez. All right, so let's say I give you 2 points. And I would like you to find the linear equation that goes with these 2 points. So there's a whole process that we could go through with this. I could say, oh, if I were to graph this, I could easily find the point 3,5. And I could easily find the point 411. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I could easily find that, and I could draw a straight line and say, look, I found the line. Good. But I want you to find the equation that goes with the line. Okay? So let's bring this one back up. I don't want to do the x because that'll clear it. All right, so first thing I want to do is I want to label. What does that mean, label? Label what?
X.
Put some letters on it? Okay. So perhaps we could label this as x1, y1, x2, y2. We're assigning some sort of label to our points. What do you think? Okay. So if you look down here, it says find the slope. So we need to find the slope from there. And we know the slope equation is this. And I think it's good practice if you write the slope equation down, because the more often you write it down, the more likely it is you are to remember it. Now the whole excuse of, oh, I can't remember anything. Well, you found your way back here each day, so I'm pretty sure you can remember a few things. So you're just making the choice to say, I can't remember things. So plug in. So I get 11 minus 5, and I get 4 minus 3. 11 minus 5 is 6, and 4 minus 3 is 1. So I find that I have a slope of 6. Seem okay? All right. Let's bring this back over. See what else we can do here. Okay, so we labeled, we found the slope. So we're halfway through with our events. Okay? The next is to use the point slope in order to start generating the equation. So use the point slope, which is this equation. Okay, get there. So I know the point slope equation is this. And again, I think it's good practice to write this down. The more often you write it down, the more likely you are to remember it. And this means that I'm going to plug certain things in. Now, have I already labeled something x1, y1? Yes. So let's continue to use it. So I labeled something x1, y1. We're going to ignore the x2, y2 for the rest of this problem. But I'm going to go y minus 1, so y minus 5 equals slope. We found that to be 6. And then x minus 3. Now, if they said, put your answer in point slope, you're done. Make sense? Put your answer in point slope, you're done. If it says, so this would be, put it in point slope. if it says put in slope-intercept, that means you're going to make it y equals mx plus b. If it says make it y equals mx plus b, the next step to this is distribute here. And then add 5. So things that this tells is, if I were to continue this line straight down this way, this tells me that this is negative 13. How do I know that? Yeah, this is right here. If I solve for y, that's slope-intercept. Intercept means the y-intercept. This negative 13 means that's where it's crossing the y-axis. Okay? The slope is 6 over 1. We found the slope to be 6 over 1. The slope is 6 over 1. Up 6, right 1. Yeah, we got it. Up 6, right 1. We got it. Okay? So, you might come across a problem that says, hey, put it in point slope. And you might come across a problem that says, put it in slope-intercept. So if it says put it in point slope, it's one step less. If it says find it, put it in slope-intercept, do that. Okay? I don't think you're going to come across any today that are going to say put it in standard form. But I think what I would like you to work on between now and Monday, can I give you 7 problems? No. Okay, I'll give you 10 then.
3.
Now, page 92, I think if you do 1 through 7, you should be able to handle that and go through it. So now, guys and girls, I'm giving you 13 minutes to start on it. I don't want people up in this region or stand over in that region in the next 30 seconds. Wait at least 45. No, I'm kidding. Do some work. Take a picture of it if you need a picture. And